spent in a miserable way.
U.S. News: Trump officials move to lower drug prices by passing on rebates to patients in New York. Washington. The Trump administration proposed on Thursday to require health insurance companies and middlemen to give consumers the benefit of discounts they get on prescription drugs, a huge change that could substantially lower some patients' costs but could also have unintended consequences. Drug makers now pay billions of dollars in rebates to such middlemen to increase the use and sales of their products. Under the proposal, this is an incredibly important proposal that could fundamentally change how drugs are priced and paid for at pharmacies, Alex Amizar, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, said in an interview. The current rebate
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up